Here we are today, 5th gen 4Runner. My buddy Brandon, it's his rig. We'll be swapping out this stock roof rack here for the RCI one. And so there aren't a whole lot of instructions, so we'll see how it goes. So when you get the rack delivered, these are all the parts. Front fairing, side rails, then the rear mount bracket. Is that 8 cross members, and then a bag of hardware, some brackets, rubber gaskets, and then the strip that goes along the front fairing to protect the paint. Okay, in the kit, all the small black screws and washers are going to be what bolt the front wind fairing and the rear bracket, and then all of the cross members to the side rails. There are 4 brackets that are the same size. The 2 larger brackets come with the rubber pads to mount against the roof at the front of the rack for extra support. And then you have the carriage bolts that are to bolt the brackets to the rails. And then you have the 8 bolts to bolt the rack to the factory 8 mounting locations. All right, so tip, put these in just finger tight because they will slide up and down to match the roof line of the rig. The extruded T-bar slots have a milled slot in them, which needs to face up. If you're OCD like I am, you want them all on the same side, but it doesn't really matter. Put them all on the passenger side because we thought that would be easier to have to get on traffic if anything happens when you're out and about. But yeah, just make sure all those are facing up so you can get any accessories bolted in without having to unbolt the cross arms. Okay, we got the little rubber pads stuck to the front feet. And note that there are 2 mounting brackets that are longer. Those go to the rear because the mounting bolts are more inboard on the roof. And now it's time to put it on the roof. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the stock roof rack, starting with these plastic covers right here. Let's get a little tool, wedge it in here. And just like that, this end pops off. You'll do that at all 4 corners. Now that we have the plastic caps taken off, you just have these 12mm bolts. There is a total of 8, 2 at each mount location. 1 there, 1 there, and then the 2 on the other side. So now, once the factory rack has been removed, you need to place these silicone blocks where the factory mount was. RCI claims they create the seal, nothing else is needed. They appear to be working fine. That one right there. All right, now RCI does include bolts with these sealing washers to put the rack on, but I think we're going to opt to reuse the factory bolts. I'm always a big fan of the factory bolts if I can. They already have red Loctite on them too, and this nice little rubber sealing dealie on the top. One thing we did find, the factory weather stripping here between the mounting points was slightly too long. So we had to trim it to get it to seat back down in its channel. But, you know, maybe a 1/4 inch the most. But yeah, now it sits down like it should. Here's the finished product mounted on the top. We did leave the fairing finger tight until we got it on the roof, just so we could get the molding directly where we wanted it. And we also left all but one of the cross members finger tight. But now we can go ahead and tighten all that up and have a functioning roof rack. Looks much better than the factory one, that's for sure.